Okay, everybody. Hey, Mike Rooney here. We're ready to get started on what a fantastic topic. Look, today we're asking the question, who will colonize Mars first and when? Okay, we're going to get down to the truth, all right? You know, we have three different teams that are racing to Mars. We have Lockheed Martin, SpaceX, and NASA, okay? That's three key players that have thrown their name in the hat saying, we're going to get there first, all right? Which one will it be, all right? And when, okay? We're going to get to the truth of that today, right now, all right? Who will get there first? Some are saying that we can be there by 2028, guys. Listen, and gals, look, no discrimination here, all right? And look, 2028 is only 11 years from now. All right. Who's saying they're going to get there by 2028? Let's see. Who's in the race? Lockheed Martin, like I said earlier, SpaceX, and NASA. Okay. Lockheed Martin and NASA, they've been around a while. All right. Lockheed Martin, not so much in space exploration as NASA, all right? SpaceX, new to the game, but you know what? They're a key player. Man, they have just put so much effort into advancing rocket technology and you name it. Look, nothing but great things coming from SpaceX in the future. All right. Let's start off. Lockheed Martin. They're saying by 2028 now, they're going to have 6 astronauts, all right, in a vessel going to Mars, all right? But they will not land on Mars. Wow. You know what? Why go to Mars if you cannot land on it? You know, we have constantly been there, done that. NASA has. Look, step up the game, Lockheed. All right. They say they're going to stay in high orbit and just orbit around Mars and take photos or whatever. I don't know. They haven't put out a big plan yet. Okay. Therefore, I'm saying they're not a serious contender in the race to colonize and get humans, actual human beings on Mars, man. Just think about that. That's fantastic. Next, SpaceX, all right. The new rivalry that's just out there wanting to get there before NASA, anybody else. I will say this. They have come a long way in such a short period of time. All right. By 2030 to 2040, they're saying, hey, invest in SpaceX then. They're saying, I guess the profit share, all that is going to start booming. They're going to be kicking it. All right. 2018, they're going to send an unmanned vehicle to Mars, which, all right, they haven't done that yet. They want to do that first. NASA's been there, done that with the rover and everything else. A mission every 2 years when Mars is closest to Earth. Good plan. I think NASA and all of them are looking at that every 2 years. You know, we're close. Earth is the closest that it's ever going to be, on a 2-year cycle. That's when you need to shoot the spaceship up there, headed that way, and land. All right. Now, SpaceX, they plan to send supplies first. Very smart. You got to get food there. You got to get, you just name it. Supplies for solar power, everything. Oxygen. They're going to start sending supplies first. Build that up before they send actual astronauts or human beings into space. onto Mars. This is their Dragon spaceship. Okay, this is here. This is a little depiction of what it looks going to look like when it's coming in for landing on the Mars. All right. They probably have tried it once or twice. The prototype. They haven't divulged any of the outcome or any of that. But again, they want to get their unmanned there by 2018, which is next year. We're going to see how that goes. We're going to keep an eye on it. And the Truth Juggernaut channel will keep you informed. Don't forget, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and thetruthjuggernaut.com. Next, NASA. NASA's been in the game for a long time. Everybody knows that. They're the biggest player. We should expect big things from NASA. Okay, SpaceX is going to be their biggest rival. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Can SpaceX overtake them and get there first with a human being and actually start colonizing Mars? I don't know, but here's NASA's plan. By 2033 to 2035, look, they're pinpointing it within, 3 years. 33, 34, 35. Within 3 years, people. They're going to have 6 crew members on the way to Mars. They're saying the mission depends on advances in technology and funding. That's common sense. But I think, as our government and people that's willing to invest sees that NASA is serious, the funding will come, and then the advances in technology that will help them get there will come. They're saying they will land on and establish a base there. 2033, 2035. People, that is only 16 to 18 years from now. That's what we're looking at, Will they do it? I don't know. They're going to have a 2-year rotation of crew. I guess that's kind of like SpaceX saying they're going to have vehicles, spaceships, whatever we want to call them, propulsion systems, headed to Mars to deliver stuff, whether it be astronauts on it or supplies every 2 years. But NASA's saying they're going to rotate their crew every 2 years. They're saying they're going to have the spacecraft ready by the late 2020s. Now, I'm assuming that's the spacecraft ready with astronauts in it to land. We'll see. I don't know. Alright, when we break it down, people, when we break it down, this is all I'm going to say. Look, everybody knows getting to Mars is it's a tough job. Now, getting to Mars and colonize it is even tougher. NASA has sent, rovers and stuff to Mars to scientific experiments and everything else, and they've about got that game down. All right, but listen, in my opinion, no one is populating Mars anytime soon. This is why. Okay, here's all the risks. You have radiation. Okay, you have to worry about oxygen supply. You have to worry about food supply. That's a minor risk. We can send MREs and all that up there, so they'll have some good food to eat when they get there. Right? How to dispose of human waste. They're looking at using excrement for fertilizer, and greenhouses that they plan on building and on Mars and everything else. As far as your little pee-pee there, all right, they're going to recycle that for drinking water. Wow, I don't know if I could do that, folks. I probably could if NASA says, look, we filter it, we do this, here, take a sip. Astronauts have to do it. I probably would. but still don't know. All right. Fuel. We're okay on fuel. That's a risk, but with our rocket fuels getting us there, the biggest thing is having enough fuel to get us out of low Earth orbit and out into space. All right. And then we have funding. Funding, I think it will come. I think there's enough interest in getting Mars colonized that it will come. Spaceship technology. I think we're getting there. I mean, we've sent people to the moon, everything else. Not really a big deal, but it is my second most concern. My first most concern, people, is the advances in technology and spacesuits. I mean, because you have to protect these guys from a lot of harmful elements and stuff when they get out of the spaceship, you know. The radiation, the temperatures, everything. Little meteors coming down. I mean, the spacesuit is going to be key. Whoever can develop the toughest, most life-supportive spacesuit, the fastest, I think will be able to have the first successful trip to Mars when it comes to astronauts / humans actually populating it. Look, spacesuit's critical factor. No one can give an exact time as to being able to develop the perfect spacesuit. There's a problem. A spacesuit, let's define it. A spacesuit is a garment worn to keep a human alive in harsh environments of outer space, vacuum, and temperature extremes. Spacesuits are often worn inside spacecraft as a safety precaution in case of loss of cabin pressure, and are necessary for extravehicular activity and work done outside the spacecraft. Same thing. EVA, work done outside the spacecraft. Now listen, this was a SpaceX, one of their first prototypes over here on the left. Okay, for me, not very appealing. Look, it looks better than what NASA's using now. It's more slimline, conforms to the shape of us humans a lot better. But to me, it looks like he's getting ready to go for a little motorcycle joyride. That's what it looks like. I mean, when I think spacesuit, I want to see something that looks cool, futuristic, and bad to the bone. All right, NASA. This is one of their prototypes, all right? One of the earlier prototypes. They have some more in development, and we're going to look at that soon. Like, for me, look, this is the best shot we have at looking at the perfect Mars spacesuit. Look, looks pretty cool, futuristic. I could be wrong. I'm no big movie buff. And I haven't even looked this up, but just from that face inside there, and I haven't even seen The Martian yet. It looks like Matt Damon. I don't know. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. Reply, make comments to this video. Let me know which actor that is, if I'm wrong, people. So, when it comes to spacesuits, we have to get from here. Look at these big old balloon, bulky NASA spacesuits. Look, they don't even have GoPro cameras. Look, what kind of camera is that on the front of them? I mean, that's like an old Olympus or something. I don't know. Look at the torso. I mean, you have titanium or stainless steel or whatever that's made of around the waist that help you just twist a little bit. Look, I mean, if these guys fell over on their back, they probably couldn't get up. They'd be as bad off as a turtle. I mean, come on. If we're going to get to Mars, when we get to Mars, we have to look cool, okay? In case there's aliens or something there, you know. We want to look cool, look like we know what we're doing. They see us in this, They're thinking easy target. All right. So, what does NASA have in mind? Let's see. Wow. Now, this is the Doxus 37 spacesuit. Now, these look bad to the bone. Now, Mike would don one of these and go to Mars if they could give me one. All right. Don't give me the old one we just looked at. Give me this cool looking, like I am getting ready to tear somebody apart, spacesuit. I mean, that's bad. This is bad to the bone. My favorite one's the one over here to the right. You know, the only thing they could add, and I think they need to go, look, they need to have a holster and everything with some laser guns, man. Then, I mean, just think if they had some laser guns stuck on the side of them. I mean, they would be bad. I mean, you don't know. We don't know what's up there in Mars. We haven't explored every inch of it yet. Never know. We could land there and there'd be trouble, you know. That's it. But these suits look cool. And most important, this is the biggest, functionality. You know, these guys, the astronauts, will have to, I mean, they're going to work up there. It has to be very functional for these guys to get outside the spacecraft, do what they have to do. I mean, this is high tech. These suits have to contain oxygen supply, has to have an environmental control system built in, you know, to protect them from the temperature extremes, has to be tough for light meteor pellets and everything else. But look, this is the suit Mike would want to wear. Alright, look. Don't forget, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, also, and thetruthjuggernaut.com. Alright, we also have to get from this, that's the biggest and baddest we have on Mars right now, the Mars rover, Curiosity, whatever, to this. Okay, that's the beginning of a colony on Mars. This right here is a depiction of more or less a SpaceX's view of how they envision the first colony on Mars, and it's a lot of work. Look, if they need somebody to help them plan all this, call me up, NASA. I'll be willing to. I mean, because you have to. I mean, look how many spaceships that is right there. That's 7. Okay. Now, are they going to send up 2 at a time every 2 years? How they plan on doing it, I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Alright, so with that said, there's a long way to go in the next 2 decades. Alright, that's a long way to go in the next 2 decades. Because they're looking at, you know, having astronauts and colonizing it. NASA 2033, 2035 beginning again at 2035. That's only 18 years from now. So what I say we can count ourselves as earthlings or human beings, however how you want to look at it, lucky if we can achieve colonization by 2066. Okay. My best guess, around 2079. Best guess. I don't think I'll be around then, but that's okay. My kids should be around by then, and they'll get to enjoy all the televised events of us going there and everything else. And most of your guys as kids that are watching this video now. Well, look, Mike Rooney gave you the truth. This is where I see it. I don't see us doing it within the next 12 to 18 years, us being able to start a colony and get humans out into the environment on Mars. We have a long way to go with the spacesuits. Okay, people, remember that. That's what I'm going to be tracking. Spacesuit development from NASA, SpaceX, and updating you guys on. Well, look, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, go to Facebook, like, go to YouTube, subscribe to the Truth Juggernaut channel. Visit thetruthjuggernaut.com for more news and information. And until the next video or live feed, hey, I'm out of here. Be good.